Hey all, I'm back in the studio today and I'm gonna be making a necklace using copper wire. So it's gonna be a cool, funky chain link necklace. So the first step to make our copper necklace is going to be using our 16 gauge wire, which is the gauge that I'm gonna use. So it's a little bit heavier, so the necklace will kind of hang a little straighter. And I'm gonna be making big links out of this 16 gauge wire. So I'm gonna use this little vise that we have on the table to hold our 7/8 inch rod, which is the rod I'm gonna be wrapping the wire around. So the first thing you do is you just slide your little piece of wire right in the little V in the vise. And then I'm just gonna use my hands to start wrapping this wire around as tight as I can. So I have my coils all made, and now it's time to actually use my jeweler's saw and cut these guys into jump rings. Now that I have all of my jump rings cut, I'm going to work on closing them all to get them all ready for soldering. I have all of my jump rings closed, set up on my solderite board, and all of my seams are facing the same direction. They're all at the top, so as I start going down and soldering, I can just go down the line and get that solder to flow on all of these and not have to search around for that seam. So the first step is going to put flux on every seam to make sure that they stay clean as I'm soldering. Now I'm going to be using my hard solder, and I'm going to cut this up into a whole bunch of little chips so I have a little pile of them over here. And then as I solder, I'm going to using my pick, put those little chips of solder on all of those seams. So now all of my jump rings have been soldered together and they're all cleaned up. And now I'm going to start shaping them. I decided this necklace is going to have a mixture of round links, oval links, super stretched ones. So I'm going to go through and make my piles of those. My rings are all shaped, and now I'm going to add some hammer texture to these pieces. I'm going to use a mixture of one of the little skinny radial striping hammers and this really low dome hammer that's just going to put like little bits of facets in the surface. And I have two different versions of that, one a little bit lower, one a little higher, so they'll have a little bit of a different mark left behind. All of my rings are now textured and ready to go, and I can start actually putting together my necklace. So I'm going to use these teeny tiny jump rings and connect my chain. I'm gonna stop there because I really like this length for the necklace, and I'm gonna take a break, let this guy clean up even more, and start working on a little toggle for the end of this necklace. So I have my components for my toggle all set up on my solderite board. So here's gonna be the ring that we're gonna toggle into. So I'm just gonna solder that shut. And this is my little T that is going to actually be the toggle that's gonna hook into that. I'm gonna put a little flux on here, cut my solder, and then solder these guys together. So my necklace is all cleaned up. It's looking good, and I'm ready to put on my toggle. So I finished making my toggle, and it's all soldered together and cleaned. And so what I did is I took that little bar and I just bent it because I find that it holds the little toggle loop a little better. So that guy's gonna shimmy right over that, and then they're stuck. So I'm gonna attach this to my necklace. So here is the finished product. Thanks for watching.